The countdown is officially on for Patriots fans as the team gears up to kick off training camp in Foxborough. The excitement is palpable because this period is always crucial for shaping the final roster of 53 players who will represent New England in the upcoming season. After a rigorous offseason full of changes and adjustments, the Patriots now have to sort through a crowded lineup and make tough decisions on who stays and who goes. The stakes couldn't be higher, especially considering how many players are battling for the same spots and the uncertainty hanging over some key contributors. Right now, the spotlight shines brightest on a handful of players who find themselves on the edge, needing to prove that they belong on the roster, while others are caught up in trade rumors or contract holdouts that could alter the team's dynamics before the regular season even begins. One of the biggest storylines heading into camp revolves around the offensive line, which has undergone a significant overhaul. The Patriots have been clear that shoring up protection for the quarterback and establishing a consistent running game is a top priority within that group. The left guard position remains one of the most pressing question marks. Last year, Cole Strange made a notable switch to center, adapting quickly to a position that requires a unique combination of awareness, communication, and physicality. Now, he's returning to his familiar spot at left guard, a move that will test his versatility and resilience. Strange is no stranger to pressure, having started at guard previously and earning recognition in some evaluations as a potential top 60 guard in the entire league. That kind of ranking suggests he has the talent and capability to earn a starting role, but that potential can only be realized if he performs consistently and holds off the competition. The competition for that left guard position is fierce and multi-layered. One of the most intriguing challengers is Wilson, a rookie drafted in the 3rd round out of Georgia. Although Wilson's natural position is center, his versatility might see him slide over to left guard if the coaches believe that's where he fits best. This kind of flexibility can work in his favor, especially with a team looking to maximize roster value and get the best possible production out of every player. Alongside Wilson, undrafted players like Jack Connolly from Boston College have impressed with their tenacity and grit, making them dark horse candidates to steal a roster spot through hard work and standout training camp performances. Lean Robinson is another player quietly building momentum, along with C.D. Saw, who could emerge as a surprise factor in this battle. Not to mention, the Patriots always keep their eyes open for potential free agent signings or street pickups, such as Brandon Scherf, who might come in and shake things up. The sheer number of contenders means that Strange will need to bring his best every day in practice to maintain his grip on that starting job, knowing the team can quickly pivot to someone else if they find comparable production at a lower salary cap hit. Turning to the wider offensive picture, there are other players whose roster spots are far from guaranteed, adding layers of drama to an already competitive environment. One name that stands out is M. Hollins, who has battled injuries that limited his playing time and development. The Patriots saw enough potential to sign him as a free agent, suggesting they expect him to contribute in some capacity, likely as part of the rotation. But if Hollins can't get healthy and show that he can perform reliably, don't be surprised if a rookie like Kyle Williams from Washington State seizes the opportunity to claim the ex-receiver spot. Williams has the speed, agility, and football IQ to make an impact, and in a league where young talent can rise quickly, he could run away with that role if given the chance. Should that happen, Hollins would likely slide down the depth chart, becoming more of a situational player, valued for his size and veteran presence, but no longer a fixture in the starting lineup. This kind of roster chess reflects a broader strategic question for the Patriots. Is it worth investing significant salary cap space in a player who may be limited by injuries and inconsistent production, or is it better to take a chance on a younger, less expensive option with potential upside? Another player whose future with the Patriots is somewhat uncertain is running back Rondre Stevenson. Stevenson is in a better position this year with a new head coach in Mike Vrabel, who has historically valued having a punishing, reliable back in the backfield, much like Derrick Henry was in Tennessee. The offensive line improvements should also make life easier for Stevenson, giving him more space and time to make plays. However, Stevenson has struggled with ball security, fumbling, issues that the coaching staff is eager to see fully resolved before the season kicks off. Vrabel and the team have been patient, even covering for some of those mistakes, pointing out that some fumbles were caused by missed blocks or poor execution from teammates, rather than his own fault. Still, ball security is a non-negotiable skill for a running back. and Stevenson will need to demonstrate significant progress during camp and preseason games to keep his role. Adding pressure to Stevenson's situation is Travion Henderson, a rookie out of Ohio State who has been widely praised for his versatility and skill set. Henderson is expected to contribute as both a receiver and a runner, excelling in pass protection and fitting the modern NFL mold of a multi-dimensional back. Many expect a 1A/1B kind of split in playing time, but the balance could shift quickly depending on performance, potentially pushing Stevenson further down the depth chart. If Henderson delivers as expected on the defensive side, the spotlight falls on familiar faces who have struggled to secure their spots amid a tough Patriots defensive unit. One such player is Anthony Jennings, a defensive end who, unfortunately, seemed to lose his place in the top rotation during the spring. Jennings spent much of his time working with backups on a separate field and was noticeably absent from many first-team defensive drills. This raises serious questions about his ability to remain part of the core defensive line group. The Patriots could choose to cut ties with Jennings, which would save them just under $3 million in cap space, but come with a modest dead money hit of around $0.35 million. Given that the team currently has roughly $60 million available under the salary cap, the dead money figure is manageable, but it still represents a financial consideration. Alternatively, Jennings could become a trade candidate if another team needs defensive line help and is willing to take on his contract. Whatever happens, Jennings will need to bring his best effort to camp and preseason games to prove he belongs, especially with younger players eager to take his place. While these roster battles unfold, the Patriots front office also keeps a close eye on a trio of star players whose futures are uncertain and could dramatically influence the team's direction. First up is Micah Parsons, the electrifying linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. His situation is one to watch closely as questions swirl around his contract status and the potential for a trade. Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner, has made some cryptic comments suggesting that signing Parsons does not guarantee he will be on the team long-term, possibly signaling an exit strategy or at least trying to apply pressure in contract negotiations. Jones pointed out Parsons' injury history, claiming he missed 6 games last season due to injury, though the actual figure is closer to 4 games missed with a high ankle sprain. This discrepancy could be part of a negotiating tactic to push Parsons' camp towards accepting less money. It also raises the question of how much patience Parsons will have with this back and forth. If he begins to believe the Cowboys aren't serious about building a true Super Bowl contender, will he push for a trade? The Patriots, with their impressive salary cap space of roughly $60 million, could theoretically make a serious offer, including draft picks, to bring Parsons to Foxborough and bolster their defense with one of the league's premier linebackers. Whether Parsons would bite and whether the Cowboys would let him go remain open questions, but the possibility adds an intriguing twist to the Patriots' offseason narrative. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL offseason is always full of unexpected twists, and the latest whisper making waves has fans and insiders alike buzzing. Star linebacker T.J. Watt could be headed to Foxborough. According to sources close to the situation, there's growing speculation that the Patriots have reached a 3-year agreement with the perennial Pro Bowler, a move that, if confirmed, would send shockwaves through the AFC. Though no official announcement has been made, multiple insiders have hinted at a potential deal quietly coming together behind closed doors. The whispers suggest that New England, known for its disciplined defense and methodical roster building, is eyeing Watt as a centerpiece for its next chapter under head coach Jared Mayo. Watt, currently one of the most dominant edge rushers in the league, would bring a fearsome presence to a defense that's looking to recapture its identity after several transitional seasons. It's a bold move, and one that fits the Patriots' tradition of seeking veteran leadership with a relentless motor. T.J. Watt, who has spent his entire career with the Pittsburgh Steelers, has consistently been one of the NFL's most productive defenders, a Defensive Player of the Year, sack leader, and tone setter on the field. If the deal materializes, it could mark a significant shift in New England's defensive strategy, potentially ushering in a return to the hard-nosed, disruptive style that defined their championship runs. While Steelers fans might find it hard to believe, the noise around Watt's possible exit has only grown louder in recent days, with contract dynamics, team direction, and personal ambitions all factoring in. Nothing is ever certain in the NFL, but one thing is clear: the Patriots appear ready to make a statement. Until confirmation comes through, it remains just that, a rumor. But in the world of football, some of the biggest moves start exactly like this, as a murmur in the wind. That becomes the headline of tomorrow. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.